What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? So much to talk about. My Knicks. I really want to talk about my Knicks, but since the game is over, the current game that's on is the Lakers. But then I'm gonna switch over to the Miami versus the Bucks game because that's a very important game for the legacy of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He could go out tonight in the first round as being the first seed. That's something on his resume he don't want to have. That's a bad look. But check this out. I told you New York Knicks was for real. New York City Knicks ain't nothing to F with. All right? We in there, man. We got some of the best defense in the Eastern Conference. We got some of the best executed, planned offense. We got guys that score over double digits. We ready to roll. Bring on the Miami Heat because we ready for them. Miami Heat ain't ready for this Knick energy. You ain't ready for the Knicks. You ain't ready for us tonight. And let me say this much. The way the Lakers are playing tonight in the closeout game is sad. You mean to tell me you couldn't come out with a good amount of energy to close these boys out? Where's that killer instinct at? Where's that goatness at? Isn't that should be a more evident in a game like this? I mean, LeBron James didn't even play like a guy want to win tonight. You stinking up the joint. The last game, you didn't play good until the last few minutes. Luckily, you was able to find, common sense was able to kick in, and you was able to attack the basket. All right? But it took you to do that in overtime. He better not lose in no first round. I still think he wins, but he better not lose in no first round. And depending on how he goes out, it's going to be very important. This man better not go to the second round and choke or underperform. He better perform like a guy that wants to win. That's how he better perform. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I had to fix this. The thing was acting all flimsy. All right. Final. What a beatdown. Lakers just looked at sloppy out there. You better show some more focus, some more level of concern. I mean, if Kobe had a chance, he spelled blood in the water, Kobe would close this game out. Or at least play like he want to win. How you going to be up 3-1 and not close the game out? You're in the same boat as the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics gave away a free game, choking away a free game. Jason Tatum, you another joke. That's why I don't believe in no damn Celtics. My Knicks can hang with the Celtics. We could potentially beat the Celtics. Nobody afraid of no damn Boston Celtics. Trae Young pull that dang, boom. Wanted to win. Man, you guys better, you got a chance. You go 3-1. You can't close people out. You better do what my Knicks do. Send them boys home. Don't stick around and play around with the Memphis Grizzlies because they may end up taking you out. And don't let them make history on you. Boston Celtics, don't let them make history on you. You guys are up. Everybody was up damn near 3-1. Y'all better be closing these games out. Now, you still got 2 more chances. That's the benefit of being up 3-1. I do think the Lakers close this series out, but this goes to show you they don't got no killer in them. They don't got no edge. Boston Celtics don't got no killer in them. They don't have no edge. You should be licking your chops when you have a chance to knock somebody out. LeBron James should have came in this game and dropped 40. Be like, hey, I'm doing my best to send these boys home. I ain't got time for this nonsense. Shame on Jason Tatum and LeBron James for choking up the place. Playing like hot doodle. You know, Boston Celtics got the lowest IQ in basketball. Marcus Smart doing stupid fouls. Helping the Atlanta Hawks get in the game. You deserve Trae Young to be hitting that 3 on your ass. Now, If the Grizzlies win one more and it goes to double overtime in this way, swings in a fashion, then we're going to have a game 7 on our hands. A game 7 in Memphis is going to be hard. Take your hat off to Ja Morant. Injured knee, injured finger. They got another player on this team injured. And these guys are playing with heart and determination. You got a team that's beat up physically and mentally, and you can't eliminate them? Boston Celtics, you was up on a team that had Delonte Murray out. You can't take these boys out? My Knicks came and show and prove. We went on enemy territory and knocked them boys out. They say usually the winner of game 5 wins the series. If that's the case, man, look here. They almost lost the last game. See you later. LeBron had to attack the basket for y'all to win a game. Yes, it is. But when you spill blood in the water, when you got somebody down, you keep them down. You don't give them life. Why are you giving the Memphis Grizzlies life for? They got every reason to be losing, not winning. What you doing, Lakers? What you doing, Celtics? Y'all too big show. Is that your king? Is that the so-called, what ESPN says, the second greatest basketball player of all time? Stop it. LeBron ain't no damn second greatest basketball player of all time. That's all hype. Everybody in front of him got more wins where it counts most. How you going to be better than Kareem when he got 6 finals, championships? More regular season MVPs than you. More of a devastating scorer than you. Won the most championships in his era. How? What do you have over him? And you want to sit there and say finals MVPs? You got more finals MVPs than Kareem, okay. But we all know what happened in 1980. Kareem should have won that finals MVP, but we ain't in the job of would have, should have, could have. But we all know what's up. Just like we know in 2020, you won finals MVP for stat padding, because that really was Anthony Davis's award. He won that hit the dagger against the damn Houston Rockets, right? He was a top 5 player in 2020, hands down. What are we even talking about? How are you better than Kareem? Half of your peers got more wins than you on the biggest stage. You got 6 finals losses, brother. You can't sweep that under the rug. You better win some more championships, because your legacy is going to be determined by how much championships you win. Ain't got nothing to do with you breaking no damn records or having the most triple doubles. Throw all that shit in the garbage can. What's those triple doubles going to do if you can't win a championship? What's breaking the scoring record going to do if you can't win a championship? What's playing with another top 10 player in the league if you can't win another championship? You better get another one before Steph mess around and get one before you. Let Steph get a championship before LeBron James. He'll have 5 championships, more than LeBron James. This is a title race right now. That's all this come down to. Ain't about no individual accolades. Kind of like what one of the guys said in the Hood documentary. Everybody got guns. We all got guns. So guess what? Everybody got MVPs. Everybody got individual accolades. Throw that shit out the window right now. Now it's all come down to winning, because everybody got title contending teams. All of them individual accolades don't mean shit no more if you can't win. Because it's all down to you got a title contender, I got a title contender, you got another sidekick all-star, I got a sidekick all-star. Let's get it. That's what it come down to. Man, we got so many games on tonight. We got the Warriors versus the Kings. We're cooking tonight. We got the Miami Heat versus the Milwaukee Bucks. I got the stars in the house. Hannah Sports. You know, I always kick it with my better half. We always be kicking some sports, killing the game. The best sports couple on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man. LeBron shooting airball threes. Dog, you 6'8". What the hell are you doing shooting threes all the time? Won't you attack the basket? Nobody want to see that broke ass 3-point shot. Go to the basket. Be the L train that you supposed to be. You did it in the last game. What the hell are you sitting there shooting threes for? The shot is broke. Go to the basket. Just like the Boston Celtics, they get trigger happy with shooting the three, knowing damn well none of them is snipers on that damn team. Jason Tatum, you ain't no damn 3-point shooter. What the hell are you shooting three balls for? Just because this is the era for it? And you know what? I saw something funny in this game that had me laughing. They had a play where Jarrett Jackson was in the post for more than 3 seconds. If this was the 80s and 90s, you could be Kareem and Shaq and post out there, and that'd be presenting nothing but problems. That changed the game dramatically because the lane is wide open for perimeter players to score. There is little to no protection at the rim. Look at all these plays. Do you see a center stopping these guys from scoring? No. Look at all these plays John Morant is doing. There ain't no rim protection at all. That's what the game came down to. There's no rim protection. These guys get free layups, free dunks. In this weak ass, very little defense era. It's all about score, score, score. That's all these guys want to do, score points. That's why you got guys averaging double digits that have no business averaging double digits. Some of these fake all-stars, an era of fake all-stars. Everybody's an all-star. Every team got a double-digit score because it's so easy to score. Shout out to Jalen Bronson with my Knicks. But I look at his game, I don't really see a real all-star, to be honest with you. I don't see a real all-star on his Knicks team at all. They're just guys that get the benefit from this era because they could score. Because it's easy for them to score. Look at all these drives my Knicks is doing. No rim protection. We got easy baskets. But we put our foot on it. We went to Cleveland and showed them boys. You can't win in New York, and guess what? You ain't going to even get a win in your hometown. Because Cleveland sucks. Oh, my bad. Because Cleveland sucks. You can get in here if you want. You know. Telling Hannah Sports, don't be shy. She can get in here. You know. She can get up in here. Anytime she want to get in this video and talk some sports, she can. You know. Y'all can answer some questions if y'all like. But Spike Lee happy. We happy. New York City is happy. But y'all got to stop falling for this damn media propaganda. Media hype up a lot of these guys today, and half of them ain't good as they supposed to be. They just got freedom to score a lot of points, and you think they real good because they got freedom to score a lot of points. It's some bogus bullshit. That's what it is. That's what it is. But with all of that said, we still got a lot of guys that could go out there, perimeter plays that could go out there and give you double digits. Knicks may mess around and go to the NBA Finals. Matter of fact, we want the Boston Celtics. I want the Boston Celtics. I want Spoke with the Boston Celtics because I don't get down in Boston. You know how New Yorkers treat Boston. Bring on the Boston Celtics because we're going to run through Miami. I want Boston. Nobody ducking no Spoke with Boston. I want them. I want to see my Knicks demolish the Boston Celtics. Be like, get them, Knicks. Get them. There's another team I want to see get demolished right here tonight. That's the Sacramento Kings, or Sacramento Queens, shall I say. I want to see them boys do their thing tonight. Yeah, they should have closed it. No excuses. Thank you, Metal. Thank you, Metal. Finally, somebody speaking the truth. Ain't coming up in here with no damn LeBron James excuses. Lee excuses. How the hell he ain't got nothing to prove when he got 6 finals losses? Everybody else that he ain't mentioned in the same breath got more championships than him. Some of them got more accolades than him, more individual awards than him. What are we even talking about? I think Kobe would have closed this game out. Or at least went for his tonight. Kobe would have went for his tonight. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Not saying Kobe don't got no down moments. He got some clusterfuck moments when he choked. Kobe choked before. But at least you got Kobe playing 100%. Thank you. See you later. We got a lot of more work to do. We're going to have to be the Detroit Pistons 2004. It's very rare that teams without a top 5 player win a championship, though. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. Every team that win a championship got a top 5 player on it. Yes. He's been on a title contender for 10 years. Metal. He lost a decade while being on the title contender. That's a lot of losing for a whole decade while being on the title contender. I'm not counting his years in Cleveland when he was playing with some cokeheads like Michael Jordan. I'm talking about when you hit your peak, when you got a team that's ready to rock and roll. You're supposed to win more than you lose because you're supposed to be the best player in the game. You got to be winning. Winning is the name of the game, man. That's all it comes down to. Winning is the name of the game in modern NBA history. A guy like Kawhi Leonard could have no MVPs, but if he had 7 championships and he was the main go-getter for all those 7 championships, he automatically a top 10 player in the world of all time. Because winning is what counts at the end of the day. That's it. When you got individual accolades, you got scoring titles, you got all this other stuff. That stuff comes second. Winning comes first. Imagine if Michael Jordan didn't have that much championships. He only had like 2. You would not be calling that man the GOAT with just 2 championships. You wouldn't be calling him the GOAT with 4 championships and 6 finals losses. We all know we wouldn't be calling him that. That's a fact, man. People need to stop lying like that. If Michael Jordan has 6 finals losses, he would not be considered the GOAT. He would have to win like 7 championships to even be considered the GOAT. Because he's going to have a winning record. Each championship you lose, if you're a top 5 player, you better make up for it with some more championships. Everybody got more championships than they lost, even if it is by 1. Magic 5-4. Kobe 5-2. Kareem 6-4. Kareem is one of the greatest winners in NBA history. How the hell is LeBron James ranked above Kareem? Y'all just don't want to give Kareem his respect because he's not a perimeter basketball player. LeBron James is not a better winner or a more dominant player than Kareem is. Kareem's a 6-time MVP. Don't tell me LeBron James is a shoulda, woulda, more MVPs. I could do that for everybody then. And then it makes it even more worse for him because y'all like doing the what shoulda, coulda type of stuff. What are we doing here? Some people tell me LeBron should have more MVPs. Well, so should Mike. So should Kareem then. Do you really want me to play that game? Well, LeBron's finals losses don't count. Well, guess what? Michael Jordan retirement don't count. That means he could have had 8 to 9 championships then. If we want to play that game, let's live in reality. Jerry West got 8 of them damn losses. That man ain't no GOAT with 8 finals losses. That man 1 for what? 1 for 8 in the NBA finals? That ain't no damn GOAT. This is an era of excuses. I got no hate for LeBron James, but I just don't like you guys keep making excuses for him. Every other player had to win more than they lose on the biggest stage to even be called a top 5 great. So why are we going to give LeBron James a pass? I think that's completely stupid. So losing is number one now. Yeah, I remember that. That was nonsense. That was a circus act. When Kareem got that scoring record, nobody wasn't going crazy like that. It wasn't. They turned that whole thing into a mockery. Congratulations for LeBron for doing it, but that scoring title don't mean nothing if you ain't winning no more. The longer LeBron James plays and the more he keep losing, it's gonna hurt his legacy. Because he on a title contending team and he can't win no more chips. Don't sit there and tell him he got nothing to prove. Man, get the hell out of here. He got nothing to prove. He on a title contender and still playing at a high level. Which one is it then? You better not be saying he the GOAT then, or he the second greatest basketball player of all time, and he got all these stats. If they don't matter then. You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's one or the other. Either he's old stat padding and out of his prime, or he's playing at a high level, top 5 player, and deserve to be in conversations of winning an NBA championship. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You guys keep making excuses for LeBron James and everything he does. That man could have 15 points, and you sit there and say, "Well, you know what? He got his stats. You know what you want from him? He's old. Of course, he's going to score 15 points. But if he scored 35 points, man, look at it. He's still the top 5 best player in the game. So which one is it? I want to know which one is it. I just don't like hypocrites. That's all I don't like. These are the same clowns that sit there and say, well, you know, the bad boy Detroit Pistons was old out of their prime. All of them was past their prime in 91. But all of a sudden, you get Dennis Rodman in 96. Well, you know what? They had Dennis Rodman, man. He was like, you know, he was the third best player on the team. So all of a sudden, Dennis Rodman was old in 91, but in his prime in 1996. Tell me how that makes sense. How does that make sense? Where does that make sense at? Milwaukee in trouble? Yeah, Giannis in trouble. Giannis about to have his legacy tarnished with a red flag on it. A number 1 seed knocked out in the first round is bad. And he on the court playing. Am I right? And he on the court playing? I'm watching Golden State and Sacramento right now, to be honest with you. This is my problem with basketball. Too much games on. I can't cover all of them at once. And you killing NBA entertainment where I can't even dissect Miami versus the Milwaukee Bucks because I got to focus on another other game. That's completely stupid. Whoever made this NBA scheduling is dumb. Now you're going, if everybody was closing games out, you ain't going to have no games on Thursday. Judging from the looks of it, Golden State look like they in good hands. I think Golden State could pull out a win tonight. Golden State wins tonight. This series is over. Excuse me. Thank you for letting me know that, Metal, because this NBA scheduling is stupid. I can't fully dissect the game with good criticism and call a game how it is because I got to flip-flop between games. So if I may miss a quarter or two of another game, I can't dissect it completely right. I don't like talking about something that I don't watch because that makes you a hypocrite because you're not there to watch the whole play because stats don't tell the whole story. I'm not one of these guys that look at a stat sheet and be like, oh, he had 34 points. That means he had a good game. You can have 34 points and have a very bad game. You can have 34 points and have an empty stat game. You can have 34 points and have no impact on the basketball game. Having stats don't mean jack shit if it ain't put in context right. Milwaukee got to have to save face, at least win tonight. You can't lose in Milwaukee. Remember, they destroyed. Jimmy Butler ain't going to go for 56 every night. Giannis just caught him on a bad night when he was ready to explode. But if he didn't score that 56, the Milwaukee Bucks would have won that game, I think. Stats could be very misleading. You know, doesn't answer Walt Chamberlain. He played with multiple double-digit scores, and still, ultimately, at the end of the day, all them stats he was scoring against them Celtics still couldn't help his team win because in critical moments, he came up shorter than mini-me. Walt Chamberlain was a choke artist. A lot of people don't know that. He had a lot of good stats, but he was a choke artist. So all them stats don't mean nothing if you can't close games properly right. No, you guys are always obsessed with numbers. Numbers don't mean everything. You got to put them in context. Stats could be manipulated. It's just like coming to work. If you punch in and out of work, you can manipulate that. You could clock in and leave and may not even be at work. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people do it sometimes. Let my friend close out for me. Clock out for me. It's not the right thing to do, but people do it. That's misleading stats right there. The stat says you've been working, but there ain't no proof that you haven't been. I know people that used to work in their job and leave. Come back a certain time, pretend like they was working the whole time. Numbers are just numbers if they can't be put in context. Jordan said it best. Let the stats and numbers come to you. But at the end of the day, it's all about how many rings you collect and how many banners you put up there. He knows what basketball meant. He knows what was the most important aspect to basketball. It was winning. Because he's undefeated in modern NBA history. He's the only player with 6 championships undefeated in modern NBA history. There's no player undefeated in the finals from the 80s and up. And I know what you're saying. What about the Bill Russells? No, Bill Russell disqualified. Period. It's not fair. Life ain't fair. Unfortunately, those guys are disqualified. If you played in his 50s, 60s, and 70s, you are automatically disqualified from the GOAT conversation. If you played in the 80s and up, you are in modern NBA history to qualify for GOAT conversation. Yeah, LeBron fans love stats, but a lot of stats that don't mean nothing, that lead to nothing. In this day and age, I remember ESPN used to be making up stats for LeBron James that make no sense, that I'm supposed to jump up and down for. When you're younger, you get brainwashed for this stupid stuff. You watch stuff like, well, LeBron got the most points on Sunday for NBA All-Star games every Sunday. Like, what are we talking about? I'm supposed to use that as if it's some real good evidence to prove how great you are? It's a pointless stat that mean absolutely nothing. Some of these stats mean nothing. They're just advanced stats that have no impact. Hold on. Oh, Big Mike actually Speaking some facts. Finally. Yes. He got a game. He could make up for it in the next game, but I can't call the next game. I only could call what I see right now. And right now, he laid an egg. He definitely did. But my Knicks going to the second round, Big Mike. We looking untouchable in the Eastern Conference. We're going to beat people by committee, by team. You know? Yeah, the Jordan versus Kobe debate is a very interesting one. You know, I think Kobe is probably the only superstar that would have gave Michael Jordan a real challenge, especially individually. Salute to Mike for being non-biased and straightforward. Now they have a cushion. They were up 3-1, but they got to close out. They better not lose that next game. They're gonna be in trouble. They lose that next game because they got another guy that just got hurt. You know, from Memphis, the Boston Celtics choked that game against Trae Young. Jason Tatum is supposed to be a top 10 best player in the world. Some call him a top 5 player in the world. You can't be coming up flat to close the team out. Trae Young just did. He got ice cold on them boys. You got to have a better sense of urgency, man. And they didn't have Delonte Murray in there. I hope I'm saying his name right. I wasn't butchering this guy's name. You know. Golden State Warriors going to have a long battle, but you better knock those free throws down. They lose tonight's game. It's over for them. It's over for them. They lose tonight's game. Because they say the winner of Game 5 usually goes on to win the series. You know. In this case, it's tied 2-2. So if Sacramento wins tonight's game, it's over for the Golden State. Them young boys out in Sacramento, they run. And they run a lot. And they score a lot. And they know how to close games. They know how to close games. So if they meet the Lakers, keep in mind, close games with the Lakers and Sacramento Kings is going to be hard because Sacramento Kings know how to close games. They could definitely give the Lakers problems. They are more of a matchup problem for the Lakers than Golden State is. Yes, Tim Duncan is. Tim Duncan won some championships over LeBron. And he did it by a team that he stayed with because Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili were damn near late round draft picks. Those was a bunch of nobodies that had to work their way up. That team got built up organically. Tim Duncan won his first chip, second year, something like that? If I'm not mistaken, ain't Tim Duncan and Magic like the only two guys to win championships very early. Magic Johnson won the chip as a rookie. Isn't that crazy? Coming into the league, winning the championship as a rookie. He has a funny story. When Kareem got hurt or whatever, they was all on a bus. Magic was like, have no fear, guys. The Magic Man is here. They all looked at him like he was crazy. But you know what? He had confidence in himself. He said, I got on the phone, called my old coach, said, hey, coach, remember when I used to score points? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to score a lot of points today. I'm going to go back to the old school scoring Magic. Drop 42. Classic game as a rookie, dropping 42 points. Go ahead, get it, young fella. Go ahead and get it. Magic Johnson was definitely one of a kind. One of a kind. Great playmaker, great system basketball player that knows how to win and put people in winning positions. All-time great Magic Johnson. Oh, yes, I have Tim Duncan. That's not even a question, of course. Of course, Tim Duncan is in there. That's the greatest power forward ever. The greatest winning power forward ever is Tim Duncan. Built a dynasty with the San Antonio Spurs. Never left. That team made the postseason damn near every year when Tim Duncan was playing. And then the only reason why Shaq and Kobe don't get 4 to 5 championships because they ran into Tim Duncan. Kobe would tell you that himself. I would have more championships if it wasn't for Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan beat the best of them. He beat Kobe. He beat LeBron. He beat anybody that stood in his way. He beat them. Yes, I got him in my top 5 because he's the greatest power forward of all time. It's like a position type of thing. Tim Duncan was a winner. Oh, I think so Filipino stacks. A Filipino, yo. Representing. So yes, sir. What's the score of this next game? I got to flip-flop between games. I don't want to watch this Kings game right now because they look like they're getting a stranglehold on the Warriors. These stacks are straight from the Philippines. When I was in the Philippines, I used to eat these every day. Well, almost every day. Damn, I got to remember what stacks I used to eat when I was there. I had these. I had some chocolate chip cookies that came in like a yellow pack. I had a lot of good stacks over there, like go-to stacks. They don't have the same stack. They have the same stacks like we have in America, but they cost double the money. You know, if you go food shopping in the Philippines and you buy all products that you see in America, it'll cost you a lot of money because you're not buying the Filipino brand. But you don't have to buy the Filipino brand to eat some good stacks. I mean, American brand to eat some good stacks. Some of the Filipino brands are good. They got some good chocolate chip cookies that was real good down there. All different brands. I mess with it, man. A lot of good stacks down there. Now, they don't have some of the exclusive stuff that you could find in the U.S. There's some things in the U.S. that you will never see in the Philippines. You know, super hard to find. You know, but that doesn't mean they don't have American style food. I believe if you go to like certain places, you may even find all those American stacks that you wanted to look for. Oh, my favorite stack to eat. Oh my God. That's a good question. What you think my favorite stack to eat? You had to pinpoint. Chocolate chips, right? Yeah. Chocolate chips. Probably chocolate chip cookies. I say cookies. My wife's favorite stack probably be like ice cream. As right now, she got a big ice cream. She got a big hunger for ice cream. Milwaukee's up on Miami. Now, this is a game that Warriors and Kings game getting ugly. It's getting ugly real fast. It's getting ugly real fast. It's not the all-time greats LeBron got a problem with. LeBron need to get Kevin Durant back. Kevin Durant bust you up in the finals. Twice. You got to get Steph Curry ass back too. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant should be on your list, your hit list. If you LeBron James, you better get them guys back, and you better not let Steph Curry win no 5th championship. You don't have to show and prove on Giannis. You don't have to show and prove on none of the younger players. But you need to show and prove on Kawhi. That's one. Because y'all tied 1-1 in the finals. You got to beat Kawhi in a 7-game series. You got to beat Kevin Durant in a 7-game series. And Steph Curry. You have a chance this year to beat both of them. Because if the Warriors advance to the second round and the Lakers get there, then you could worry about handling Steph Curry. If you beat Steph Curry, then you could face Kevin Durant in the conference finals. And you could beat Kevin Durant. You knock both of them off in the same year. Isaiah Thomas beat Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan in the same year. So why can't LeBron James beat Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and let's just say Jason Tatum in the same year? That's the problem. Kawhi Leonard is cooked. Torn meniscus. We're never going to get to see Kawhi Leonard play against LeBron James. Both of them fully healthy. Sadly. But keep this in mind. If Kawhi Leonard could bust Kevin Durant ass the way he was doing before he got hurt, because he was outplaying Kevin Durant, what make you think he can't outplay LeBron James? Damn right that'd be good for his legacy. And that's what I want to see. That's the ops. Steph Curry beat you too many times, LeBron. KD beat you too many times on the biggest stage there is. You better even up the playing field. How did Magic Johnson get ranked above Larry Bird? Because he beat Larry Bird in the finals more times. That's how he got ranked above him. And they said Magic Johnson was the best player of the 80s. Stop playing with me, because he beat Larry Bird more times. So how could LeBron James be the best player of his generation if he can't beat nobody? Tell me I ain't making sense. Come on now. Stop playing with me. That man got losing records against everybody that is his competition. All the ops he got losing record against. He got losing record against KD. He got losing record against Steph. He tied with Kawhi. He didn't stop nobody. He didn't beat nobody. Yeah, man. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about? Karl Malone is 2-0 against Michael Jordan. He's going in the final. I mean, like, what we talking about? We got to even up that playing field. And when LeBron beat KD, LeBron was the guy on the super team at that time. OKC wasn't the super team. They had 2 all-stars in the baby James Harden. The Miami Heat was the big super team. Not 1, not 2. You was the guys that changed the face of the NBA and started the whole player movement. That's when now everybody wanted to join forces and start playing with each other, when LeBron did it first. Everybody followed that. He's the starter of that whole player empowerment. Players want to play with each other. That all started from there. So here's the funny part. Y'all dismiss KD's first 2 championships with the Golden State Warriors, but you don't dismiss LeBron's first 2 championships with Miami Heat. What's the difference? They both super teams. Oh, see, I'm on to something right now, right? Come on now. Mess with me. Come on now. Kevin Durant's championships, I heard people say they were paper championships. He was the paper champion. Those 2 championships don't count. They're nothing. But then LeBron's first 2 championships don't get no credit neither. Let's just keep it a buck. If you want to go that route, they both super team chips. LeBron got 1 championship on a non-super team. Him and AD was not on a super team. A credible championship. Everything else came with multiple all-stars. That Cleveland Cavaliers team was the most dominant team in the Eastern Conference and partially the NBA. No team had multiple all-stars on it with multiple good role players that average double digits. Cavaliers had the Eastern Conference in the stranglehold. No competition whatsoever. I remember they used to take games off because the competition was so weak. Coming in as a fifth seed, don't even care because they know they was going to win anyway. Oh, 66 to 58. Now we on to something. You gotta slam that Giannis. Oh, Giannis lost that ball, huh? Oh, you got another one. Oh, damn. All right. Giannis took too long to dunk that basketball. You had a little more longer time, quicker time to dunk that ball off. Could have yapped that thing. The Lakers going to have a lot of problems in the second round if they play like this. They play the same way they play in the first round. In the second round, they're going to have problems. Remember, those teams, the second round teams don't got no injuries. And De'Aaron Fox got a little fracture, but guess what? He playing. Kobe played basketball for a whole season with a broken finger. Y'all sitting there, oh, De'Aaron Fox got an injury. Man, Kobe Bryant would look at that injury and start laughing. That man played a whole season with a broken finger. You got John Morant out here playing with a broken wrist. Yeah, I hope this is a good advertisement for a star to come over. Give us Kawhi. We don't have to trade nothing. I take Kawhi because I'm only going to need him for the postseason. I don't need Kawhi Leonard for the regular season. He could sit out the whole regular season. I'm telling him to make sure his ass just plays in the postseason. Now, normally that's not an ideal situation, but I'm joking, but you get my point. You think Jimmy Butler going to score 56 on my Knicks? If he do, we still got too much weapons. Let him get his 56. We have shut that whole team down. I'm sorry, Jimmy Butler. Hell no. I ain't traded nobody for Kawhi Leonard. He could sit his injury ass on the court. I don't want that guy. I don't want Mr. No-Show. That dude is a waste of basketball space. He constantly hurt. Why would I want a guy on my team with half a knee? No offense. But dude, just retire, man. Flat out, retire, man. It's not even worth playing a career where you constantly getting hurt. Just retire, man. Call it a wrap. You got damn near a max contract. You're not going to get no more max money because nobody trusts you anymore. So get your money and leave. That career is over. Kawhi Leonard is over. That career is over. I don't trust that guy at all anymore. What wasted talent. That man could ball. That's a very talented. If Kawhi Leonard is fully healthy, do you know how good that guy is? He's arguably Michael Jordan tendencies. All right? Kawhi Leonard is a Michael Jordan offspring. He's a son of Michael Jordan. there's a lot of offsprings of Michael Jordan in today's league. Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, to a certain, then you got the lower level Michael Jordans, Jimmy Butlers, and like Jimmy Butler. But all three of those guys got Michael Jordan traits. They all got something from Michael Jordan that reminds you of Michael Jordan. Kobe is obviously got the Michael Jordan skill set. He can mimic any of Michael Jordan's moves. Jimmy Butler got the heart and determination, the killer instinct of Michael Jordan. He got the mentality of Mike, which is hard to match. Kobe got it too. Not too many people got that. Then you got Kawhi Leonard got the mental, he got the skill set and efficiency, because Michael Jordan was one of the most efficient two guards in NBA history, period. All right? The highest PER, Mike. All right? One of the few shooting guards that can average over 30 and shoot over 50% from the field. It's very rare for a shooting guard to do that. Mike is the only guy to do that. So Kawhi Leonard got Michael Jordan's defense. Michael Jordan is a wonderful perimeter defensive player. So, and he got Michael Jordan's efficiency rate if he's fully healthy. You know what I mean? Because Kawhi could pick his spots to score from. The man is just dangerous. He fully healthy, and then it's the postseason. That guy was averaging 30-something points, shooting 50% from the field prior to getting hurt, while guarding KD and giving KD the business. Come on, man. That's a dangerous combination. Imagine Kobe Bryant, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard rolled into one. You probably got Michael Jordan. You probably got Mike. All of that roll into one. And Michael Jordan, and there's nobody on that list that has Michael Jordan athletic ability with his speed. The closest guy would probably be Kobe, but Kobe wasn't as athletic as Mike. You know. Yeah, they could. But they wish they had him now. And Kawhi and Paul George was supposed to be Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Y'all don't realize that. They said that was going to be the next Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. LeBron James and Anthony Davis was supposed to be the next Magic and Kareem. Anthony Davis was supposed to be Kareem. Man, you are slapping the face to Kareem by even mentioning that guy in the same breath as Kareem. LeBron's supposed to be the next Magic Johnson, and he took that role. That's why he was leading the league in assists, because he fell for that narrative that he got to play more like Magic Johnson. He wanted to be Magic Johnson. Anthony Davis wanted to be Kareem. That's what them guys wanted to be. Kawhi and Paul George was supposed to be Jordan and Pippen. Kawhi supposed to be Jordan. Paul George was supposed to be Scottie Pippen. That's what they were thinking when they hooked up. Them dudes was trying to mimic history. No. And the ability to win a championship without your main superstar, if you're not the best player on the team, that elevates your legacy. If Scottie Pippen was able to win a championship without Michael Jordan, because he had to prove Scottie Pippen has to prove that he could win a championship without Michael Jordan. If he was able to do that, he'll be on that probably top 10 greatest list for a lot of people. But since he was never able to prove that he could be a number one, a franchise player, a winner as a team, as a number one guy, his legacy gets tainted. So now you're going to live with the title as greatest sidekick ever. You can never be on the top 10 greatest basketball players list ever because you're just a sidekick. He needed to win a championship without Mike. Mike didn't need to win the championship without him because Mike won championships while he was the number one guy with Scottie Pippen. If it was the other way around, it'd be a different story. If Scottie Pippen was the number one guy, winning MVPs, being the finals MVP, and Mike was living in his shadow, Mike would have to win a championship without Scottie Pippen. The sidekick always has to win a championship without the number one player stealing his spotlight. Kobe had to do it. Magic had to do it. Magic did it the hard way. He did it while Kareem was on the team. So he stole some of the spotlight from Kareem. So if you can't do that, then it's a different story. Now, if Scottie Pippen won a finals MVP while Michael Jordan was on that team, that would even out the playing field a little bit. Then you could say Scottie was a franchise player, but he never proved he was a number one option. He never did it. You know, that's the difference. So before in the top 10, it's because Kobe was a sidekick. Then he won championships as a number one. He proved to us that he could be a number one and a sidekick and still win. He know winning a championship without Shaq was important to his career. If Kobe didn't win a championship without Shaq, his career would be different. He wouldn't be a top 10 player for y'all. Oh, yeah. Bucks better keep it that way. They got a long journey ahead of them. They got to win one more. If they win this game, they got to win one more to force a game 7. Then it's all even at that point. Once you get it even, you can relax a little bit and say, hey, it's one game for all the marbles. That's it. The rest of the games don't matter no more if you just got a game 7. Only thing matters is game 7 if you go to a game 7. The rest of those games don't matter no more. I hope we get a game 7 because I love game 7s. From an entertainment standpoint, you the fans want to see a game 7. I want to see a game 7. Do y'all guys want to see a game 7? I do. We all want to see game 7s. Man, De'Aaron Fox getting busy on the Warriors. I tuned into the Warriors game right now to see what the score is. Oh, 45 to 39. 39. That's not bad. The Warriors ain't getting blown out. They got a chance to come back too. He said, "Not when it comes to my Lakers." See you later. Say, I don't want to see no damn game 7. Forget that. It's good for us. It's good for us, though. See you later. From an entertainment standpoint, it's not good for the player. Okay, players don't want to be in a game 7. They want to avoid game 7s. You want to get people out there as fast as possible because injuries can happen. I'm a pro basketball player. I do not want to play 7 games with you. I want to get you out of there in 4. To be honest with you, I don't even want to see you for a 5th game, a 6th game, or a 6th game. I want you gone. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I want you out of there as fast as possible. You pick the Kings and Heat to advance. Well, to whoever wins tonight's game medal for the Warriors and Kings, gonna win the series. Does anybody agree with me on that? The winner of game 5 tonight wins this series. If the Warriors win a championship this season, oh my God. Steph Curry will have 2 championships in a row with a non-super team. How impressive is that? He the only real all-star on his team, to be honest with you. He's the only real superstar on his team or all-star on his team. The rest of these guys are too inconsistent. But if he can win with them, that says a lot about him. He wins the 5th championship. He getting ranked ahead of LeBron James. No, we can sit here and talk about some who got more MVPs and all that other nonsense. Damn all of that. Fuck all of that. Who got wins in the postseason? Who got more chips when they're on the biggest stage there is? Because we all playing with championship contending teams. So they ain't know, well, this guy playing with this players. Look how bad his players is compared to that player. Nah, forget all of that. Y'all all playing with title contenders. Everybody got a squad. Everybody squad up. This ain't no, I'm on the 8th seed in my seed. I'm the only all-star. Nah, man. Everybody playing deep. Everybody good. Everybody is Gucci. So don't get lost in the sauce. Everybody's good. The Warriors are title contenders. The Lakers are title contenders. Sacramento Kings is title contenders. Denver Nuggets title contenders. Everybody here got an equal chance to win the championship. There ain't no super teams. There's no unfairness. It just comes down to who's better. And since the superstars got the ball in their hands the most time, this is the most important championship for the legacy of both LeBron James and Steph Curry. And Kevin Durant. Everybody got a lot at stake. Giannis is the only guy that could lose this season, let's say in the conference finals, and it don't be a big time legacy impact because he's just getting started. But for the veterans, the Kevin Durant's, the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, they're in legacy mode. It's all about winning for them guys. We passed the individual accolades now. Everybody got them. You got money, I got money. What's the difference now? There got to be a separation. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to tell people. But y'all keep talking about regular season stats and who did this, and that don't mean nothing no more because everybody got stats now. Everybody got individual accolades. Just put it like this. If I got a $10 million, you got $10 million, he got $10 million. What's the difference between all three of us? There got to be some separation if you're going to rank us in terms of our profession. If we all got the same amount of money, somebody got to have to be ranked ahead somebody. There ain't no fair equal treatment. Somebody's going to be a loser. Somebody's going to be a winner. There's losers and winners. That's what life come down to. You either get the job done or you don't. There ain't no sympathy for it because reality checks us. Especially if you're a guy. Reality will always check you. If you slow, you fat, you out of shape, reality will tell you get back in the gym. People will tell you to your face, hey man, you fat. See, look, she telling me I got to get back to the gym. And nobody's gonna help me but myself. I have to make that, it's a health thing. You got to make that connection to fix yourself, because reality will check you, especially if you're a guy, because the world is heartless to us, No, only ones that get away with non-criticism is a girl, because if you say something to a girl that's bad, it could come off as being, misogynistic, sexist, and people get canceled for it. So you can't speak your mind. But for a guy, man, we get held no mercy. We fat. People tell us we fat. If we don't make no money and we can't provide for ourselves, people will tell you that. We're the only group of people that get called out for stuff. That Warriors was sticking up today, No, and we live in a generation where there's a gender difference. Man, my wife was filling out for a job, and you know how it says male or female. She pulled out a whole list of tranny and some stuff I never even heard of. I'm like, how many genders in the world is there? That just goes to show you, but you can't criticize that in today's world, man. You say something bad about them, they're gonna cancel you. They're gonna say you racist, you this, you that, you know. But I could talk about another man, nobody won't care. You know, I could criticize another guy, say he's fat, say he's ugly, say he's this, say he that. Nobody won't care. But if I say that to another guy that happens to be gay, man, you have a whole community coming down on me for your own opinions. It's just the world we live in. You know, you got to be conscious of that though, because people will cancel you in a minute. So everywhere you go in the world is not fair. It's double standards. You know, I'm a black guy. I could say a joke about a white person. I could say something racist about a white person. All people would do is laugh. You know, nobody would take a black guy serious. If you say a black guy a racist, people laugh at that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no such thing as a black racist guy. You know, that's a stereotype. You know? Huh? Oh, cool. He always wanted one.
Yes, yeah. Because like fare and the transportation is kind of expensive. So I think he can save if he's going to get a motorcycle.
Oh, good stat line. Men lead the statistics in deleting themselves. I can't even say that word on YouTube. There's certain words that you can't say, or you get your channel taken down, or a strike. So for all you YouTubers out there, beware of saying certain words, or you will get demonetized. You can't say the F word, the FAGGOT word. You can't say that. And you can't say, the deleting yourself. Okay, let's put it that way. But you can't say the one that starts with an F. There's rules to this thing. That just goes to show you how crazy the world is. This is YouTube. It's supposed to be open speech, but you putting a silencer on my lips. You telling me I can't say certain things. Yeah, yo, see you later. You know it. It's not just them. It's just, opposite gender too. There's a reason why, they get bigged up. I could call a guy fat and sloppy, but if you call a lady fat and sloppy, people say, "Oh, don't pay him no attention." He just mad because he's in. Trust me. There's nothing more inflated than the opposite's ego. Because they're used to being pampered. Tell a lady she got to hit the gym. People be like, "What? Man, you about to get canceled." But you could tell a guy hit the gym, though. Nobody won't bat an eye at it. But that's the world we live in, is double standards. Now, there is some double standards for men, but I will argue there's more double standards for women than men, especially in 2023, because you got a lot of feminists, and this is what it is, this woke culture that we live in. Boom. 50-50. Now it's 53. I got 53-50 in this good scoring game. Oh, really? Man, I didn't know that. You know, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. You don't even have to say it in an offensive way. You could just sit there and say, "Hey, maybe you're having health problems because of this and that," and they still would take it offensive. You know, that's just how crazy stuff is. Feminists made it so that especially everybody's ego is inflated. You know, the modern working woman, her ego is so inflated that no matter goes about the world as if she's perfect. You know, because they can't, any slight form of criticism is met with negativity. But yet us as guys, we're criticized every day. We're told to man up, be a man, step up to the plate, right? So the world checks us. We get enough criticism from just waking up in the world and making our own value. We have to make our own value as guys. We literally have to make our own value. I can't go to a place for free. You know, I have to actually buy the thing, invite people to come over. you know, I can't go to socializing places for free just because of breathing. I can't get free privileges. You know, if you have some stories, there's some people that get free laptops and free houses. There was a story online. This lady got like a free house, well, something like that. A guy bought a house for a lady, you know, simping at his highest nature. I mean, you would thought that guy was Scottie Pippen. Just for the fact of breathing. You could get a free reward just for breathing, when you're down with those other two communities. You got this, you got this. The world is yours. Yeah, I see videos on that too. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's thirst traps at its highest. You know, at its highest. Then you wonder why you're being taught to a certain way. You know, you bring that attention to yourself, but then you want to scream victim. Man, we live in a very double standard world. You got to be careful out there. You will get canceled quick. See you later. Know what's up. I got to buy myself a house and a laptop. Nobody going to give me one for free just for simply looking good or just being breathing. You know, that's crazy. That's Scottie Pippen right there, simping at his highest nature. $56-54 I got right now. Good games on tonight. And today itself, you got to be pulling in bank. See you later. You got to be cashing in on the dough, or you getting no play. Man, Chris, see, Paul George is crazy, flat out crazy. You gonna try to hold that down after that Ben Randu? Damn near a whole state must have ran do that. And Paul George, you crazy, bro. That's simping at his highest level. She got that bag and bounce. That's an idiot play, man. These guys, these basketball players be getting trapped big time. You spent all them years to get $1 million contract. You working hard, only to have it taken away with you from a snap of a finger. The court system could take all your money away. You got Sean Kemp, Mount number of kids, all your money getting taken away. It don't benefit you because you're going to be the one spending all the money. And all your money is going to go down the drain if you're a millionaire basketball player. That's the problem with some of these athletes. They get all these millions of dollars and they spend it in the wrong places. Or they put it in people that they shouldn't be trusting. Paul George shouldn't even think about doing that. That should have been a smash and dash. Put up the money for like 50 Cent said. You know what 50 Cent on I Get Money? I write a check. I write something like that. You know, who the F cares? I'm Stacky Rich. Southside up in this. Shout out to 50 Cent, Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York in the house. Yeah. You know, instead of doing all this crazy stuff, these guys should do what Kobe do. Go to the gym and work on your game, man. You sitting there having fun with all that money, then the next thing you know, you broke. All it takes is one bad night in the wrong place at the wrong time because you're a target. When you're a millionaire, you are a target by the world. Everybody is out to get you. People want your money. They want your status. You got to move. You got to move like a gangster. You got to move silently. These NBA players don't know how to move right. That's why they always getting in trouble with the law. And they get all their money taken away from them. All it takes is one bad night, a broken leg, or a gunshot, a stabbing. You know, Paul Pierce almost lost his life in the damn bar or something like that. Didn't Paul Pierce get stabbed like 7 times? Man, y'all got to know where y'all at sometimes, man. Don't put yourselves in bad predicaments where you could lose your life. All that money down the drain. You know, sometimes you could be a victim of your own success. When you start making a certain amount of money, you can't move like a normal 9-to-5 guy anymore. You're going to have to send people to buy you stuff sometimes, you know? Yes, I give LeBron James that. I give him all the credit in the world of staying out of trouble. I would never, ever, ever criticize LeBron James for all the stuff he does off the court. I think the guy is 100% smart when it comes to staying out of trouble. The guy is a master at that. He keeps his name out of all trouble. I never seen him get in trouble at all. He's smart, man. He knows what to say, what to do outside of basketball. You ain't going to get LeBron James involved in no conspiracies. I think LeBron James would be the type of guy, hey, we going into the store, take pictures, give me some evidence. I want to know what your name is. Are you legal? Whatever. He going to have papers on you. You know, LeBron James ain't playing. He ain't about to lose his money to nobody. And that's why he got all that money that he got. He's a billionaire while he's still playing basketball. You know, the guy is incredibly smart when it comes to making money. I would never take that away from him. You know, that's amazing to do that. To be that big of a star and not get in trouble is kind of big. Kobe couldn't avoid the trouble. Kobe got in trouble. You know, which was kind of stupid. Why was Kobe there in the first place? You got all that money and you're going to get hit with those charges? And out of all people, you're going to, what the hell was Kobe thinking that night? Now, we all know he wasn't acquitted for it. He wasn't found guilty, but that should never been brought up. He should never been in that time or place. You know, like, what are you doing, Cole? That was just crazy to be involved in something like that. You got to move more carefully, bro. You know, Michael Jordan's another one. He got trouble off the court. Gambling issues, you know, paying people off for things. Michael Jordan was moving a little shiesty out here on these NBA streets too, outside of basketball. You know, the only superstar I could think of is probably LeBron James that stayed out of trouble. Him and Kareem, but Kareem was like an introvert. Kareem, you were never going to get Kareem in trouble. Kareem don't hang out with nobody. He just play basketball and go home. Kawhi Leonard is another guy that you would never see in trouble. You know, Karl Malone got exposed for being a weirdo. That is true. Karl Malone was on some crazy stuff. No, Karl Malone is the type of guy you don't want to be around after work. That guy was a savage. He was doing, technically, basically, he should be in jail for all that crazy stuff that he's doing. You know, some of these NBA players got away with some crazy stuff. They had no business being in places like that. And Karl Malone was like this guy that you thought was like, you know, he's a country guy, right? You didn't thought he'd be in trouble that much, but low key, Karl Malone was he was a problem. He's another guy that you couldn't, you know. That's it. Do I have another one?
What?
Nuts.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. So yeah, man, all these guys be getting in trouble sometimes, man, doing some crazy stuff. When that Kobe thing came up, I thought that was unreal. I was like, Kobe hit with, you can't say that word on YouTube, but what he was hit with, let's just say, you know, how what way to camouflage that word from YouTube. Well, let's say eating grapes. Okay. When he was eating grapes, I never thought that charge would come. You know, that's the last guy I thought would do that because Kobe was a very disciplined guy. He looked like he was focused on just playing basketball. You know, you would never thought that he'd be involved in something like that. You know, yeah. Let's just talk about those those fruits. Yeah, let's talk about that. You know, so yeah, but it's crazy though, man. It really is crazy. That's the last guy I would think that. You know, the guys that was crazy on the basketball court, you would think they're the ones that get in trouble. But Ron Artest didn't get into trouble off the court. Vernon Maxwell didn't get into trouble off the court. All the guys that were bad boys on the basketball court, they never got in trouble off the court. Shit talker, troublemaker. He never got into trouble off the court, right? So all the guys that was like so-called tough guys on the court, they never got into trouble outside of basketball. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like, what the? Come on, Cole. You Kobe Bryant. What can you not get when you got millions of dollars? You could literally do whatever you want with that money you got. You got high status too. You ain't just some regular NBA player. You're freaking Kobe Bryant. You know, you're arguably one of the most famous basketball players of all time. You know, everywhere you go, people know who Kobe Bryant is. Like, dude, what are you doing? That made it hard for people to support Kobe Bryant because they didn't know if he was or whatnot. It was a very touchy situation because Kobe fans was protecting him, but then even they had to step back and be like, hold up, what if he really did that? I can't support a guy that did that, So it was one of those situations that came into conflict with your morals, It questioned your morals as a man and what you stand for and what you don't stand for. To have those claims against you is hard to beat, Even if you found innocent, there's always going to be some group of people that think that you're not innocent, and you're going to be forever hit with that label, And that's the worst thing you could accuse a guy of, because even if he shakes it, he can't break it. He can't break it. He can't break that off. That or domestic, Once they sit there and say, "Oh, you giving people 1-2 punches," you ain't gonna never be viewed the same. Yeah, that actually put more focus on him. But I think the NBA didn't want Kobe win more chips because Kobe lost a lot of money for the NBA. The NBA lost a lot of money with that Kobe Bryant trial. That was their main. That was the face of NBA basketball. That wasn't some just ordinary basketball player. He was the face of NBA basketball. So if the face of NBA basketball is a guy that eats grapes, it's not a good look for business. People was burning this guy's jersey, throwing it in the trash. I mean, in movies, he was labeled as that. He was labeled that in movies. Movies was making statements of that, like using it as an everyday joke. I mean, his reputation completely got tarnished. And to this day, if he was still alive, he probably wouldn't have been able to recover from that. The only difference is people sweep that under the rug now because he passed away. And he passed away in the light that he passed away on, which was very sad. But if Kobe was still here today, people would still be calling him that, which is crazy. That just goes to show you it stays with you for the rest of your life. It don't leave. You get those type of claims. Very few people could beat those claims, Even Mike Tyson. When you sit back and think about Mike Tyson, that comes into play. You look at his legacy, you're going to look at that too. That's a hard thing to shake. It's a no-win situation. Yeah, that would. This is one going on with Jonathan Mayers. Jonathan Mayers is accused of putting his hands on his girlfriend. And Jonathan Mayers is a black guy. His girlfriend is a white. So he got a black guy with a case against a white girl, even in 2023, is bad for him. He already lost so much movie deals, endorsements. Even Marvel don't even put his face in the background for his movies. That's a bad look. That was an up and coming brother too for that a lot of people were liking. I personally don't think he did it because we got evidence, but that still don't change the fact that he got hit with that label and that reputation. Only thing I don't like about him is some of this like sketchy stuff that he be doing. Like you seen some of the pictures that he be taking with Michael B. Jordan, the way he hugged Michael B. Jordan. Everybody like, what's wrong with Jonathan Mayers? Then he do that look with his face that comes off very feminine looking, and people are like, yo, what the hell is wrong with Jonathan Mayers? It could be just the fact that he got big lips. That could just be the situation, I really don't think he's perking his lips up like that. If he is, something wrong. I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, because I asked my wife, like, is this guy perking his lips, or you just think his lips is normally like that? What you think?
No,
This
it's
guy's
really like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you do that
Yeah.
for hours, of course it's like
gotta be born that way. There's no way a guy gonna be walking around like this. I'm like, that's crazy. Oh my god. So, stuff like that. I had to get a second opinion. I asked my wife, "What you think of this dude, man?" I show her the pictures of him.
You try to do that for an hour, see if you're just not going down. Of course, that's important.
Yeah, man. This dude was looking super moist. He took pictures for Ebony. He was looking moist, man. I ain't gonna lie. Good actor, but something may be a little off. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. That's a man that got kids. He got a daughter and everything. But he's very I mean, some guys are a little bit like that. They look like that, but they're not really like that. It's just because I went to high school with a guy that talked very feminine, looked feminine, but he didn't get down like that. He just was a shy guy. It's just the fact that some people got, I don't know, they talk like that, just look like that.
I told you I have an uncle
Yeah.
that he likes wearing pink.
Yeah.
He works in like a catering service for weddings.
Right.
He likes arranging flowers and all that stuff for
Mhm.
event.
But he's not. But he's straight. He just talks.
Yeah, he has a kid. He's married. He has 3 sons.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, Drake looking moist these days too. But I mean, it's just that some of these guys are just, man, they got a lot of money. What's the word for a word for that? Like metrosexual or something like that?
two-spirit.
Yeah. Ain't that a metrosexual or something like that? A guy that's very I mean, you could say he's kind of flashy, you know what I'm saying? Like a guy that likes wearing like a lot of designer clothes. He gets manicures, he gets like his nails done, and those are very they're just very flashy guys like that. I mean, average guy, you think of an average guy, we don't prioritize looks. We just get up in the morning, we wash our face, we brush our teeth, we do the basic stuff, but we ain't pitting like the top supplies on our face. There's really no such a thing as makeup for a man. I mean, that's more a girl's business. That makeup for a guy will never be a business that's booming. It'll be a very selective, minority-based community. You don't see guys going into stores like, oh, I gotta buy this strawberry scented lotion. It smooths my skin. The average guy don't care about that stuff. They just want to look normal. They just look basic. We don't prioritize our looks. We prioritize what we make, value of making money. That could be it. See you later could be right. It could be the clout. Because I know Jonathan Mayers tucked those pictures. He probably tucked those because he know if I take normal guy pictures, it's not going to shock the world. Lips perked. I sit a certain way. I know it's going to attract attention. I could get money from this. Maybe that's a thing because you gotta take in people doing stuff for clout. People literally do anything to be famous on the internet when they doing certain things. People do stunts. They play with loaded guns on the internet, all crazy stuff just to get attention. I've seen some of the most stupidest videos on social media. I think a guy was playing with a gun and the gun went off. I think he shot his mouth. Something putting a gun in his mouth. You just for views and stuff like that. The gun accidentally go off and it didn't do his mouth this way. He had like sideways, so it shot through his cheek.
Like the in the Philippines, being hated is the fastest way to market things. It's like to
that is true.
Famous, so
negative or positive publicity is the same. You could be talked about in a bad way, people will still like you, or still talk about you and give you money. Yeah. And I think the negativity stuff is what attracts attention more.
Yeah.
Because if you watch a video of somebody fighting, people are tuned into that. But if I make a video, I'm giving back to the community or something. People barely will watch that or care about it. That's just the world we live in. People are attracted to negativity, and some people know this. That's why they do crazy stuff like that. Good deeds don't. It's just simple as that. Technically, it shouldn't be that way. I mean, if you do something good for somebody, you shouldn't be looking for a reward to begin with. But to get some recognition for it, some people do it just for a recognition. But technically, you're supposed to just do it just because you want to, not because you have to, or you feel like you have to. It should be a selfless act. But a lot of people don't have selfless acts in them. They just want to do stuff because it's going to give them clout. People do nice things just to get attention. That's why they say, "Oh, film me giving a homeless guy $1,000." Why you need to film it? You could just give the guy $1,000 and that's it. But if you got it on social media, that's gonna you'll get some publicity for that. The Warriors fighting back. Oh, Milwaukee gonna look like they're gonna win their game. I think Milwaukee winning the game tonight. Milwaukee is winning their game tonight. For sure. Giannis is gonna live to see another day. He's gonna have to win another game. This next game is gonna be the best game. He's gonna have the best game of his career. He got to drop 56. Jimmy Butler dropped 56. Giannis, I need 56 from you. You're supposed to be the best player in the world. I need 56 from you. You need to send a message in the very next game if you win tonight's game. A lot of people don't believe in Aaron Rodgers, man. They look like they don't look at him going to the Jets as a big deal or something that worth talking about. Oh, that's a bad layup. Klay Thompson missed. But he gets it right back. Man, that 15 points is doodle eggs by LeBron James. He would have had 15 points in the last game if it didn't went into overtime. Remember, he only had 20 points. So he would have scored less points if that game ended in 4 quarters. He wouldn't have no 20 points if it didn't go into overtime. This last few games, he hasn't been dropping no damn 30 or nothing like that. They look like they're trying to win off the strength of AD. I think the Lakers are trying to make AD their number one scorer. The question is, if AD is your number one scorer and LeBron James is taking the backseat, is that winning basketball? And if LeBron is taking a backseat, even if you win an NBA championship and Anthony Davis gets the finals MVP, that means LeBron James will win a championship as not being called the best player on the team. He has to be called the best player on the team. Ask yourself, why is Kareem ranked above Magic? It's because he won a chip without Magic. He won some with Magic, and he was the only guy to win a chip without Magic. So let that be known. Whenever you're the all-star, you have to win a championship as being the number one guy if you're a sidekick. All sidekicks got to win championships being the best guy on the team. You will get penalized by being a sidekick. Man, just give him a free basket, why don't you? De'Aaron Fox look like he about to cry for a foul. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to reset my live stream because I want to cover this game. The rest of this game. Wait, what time is it to cover the rest of this game? Hold on. Well, I could just cover it from here. Yes. I'll be right back.